All right, all right. Welcome back on this terrific Tuesday, man, with another edition of the Chatterbox with King Jacob. I'm your host, King Jacob. We always try to bring some amazing people, amazing public figures, amazing backstories on the show. And so I have none other than, singer, songwriter, performer, composer, the people's champ, Carlin Taylor. What's going on, man?
Hey man, everything's 100, man. How
That's
you
that.
doing tonight?
I'm great. I'm great, man. So before we get started into your story, man, who is Carlin Taylor?
Carlin Taylor is a young man from Miami, Florida. Born to Gloria Richardson and C.T. Taylor. Um, I'm a husband, a father, uh, and a lover, and a singer, and an entertainer. All that stuff.
Okay. So man, we're gonna jump right into it. So when did you realize that you had a gift, a musical gift? At what age did that come along and was people surprised, like your family members and stuff like that, or is that in your bloodline?
It's kind of in my blood. I was the kid that when the family came over, your mama make you put on the suit and go out there and do the Michael Jackson
Hmm.
and and entertain everybody. I was that kid, but I really didn't see myself as having a gift until later on. Probably I was almost about 38 years old, 38, 39. I started doing corporate and just seeing the effect. I got to be on the stage a lot more and just seeing the effect that it had on people and the joy it brought people for me to do my thing. Yeah, that's when I kind of knew.
Okay. So, but early on, or you just a dude that just kind of sung for people, or churches invited you out to sing early on, you know, um, as you was developing this gift.
Yeah. I got invited to do a lot of things, sang with a lot of church choirs, um, um, do a lot of weddings and stuff like that before I even started taking it real serious. So yeah, yeah.
Okay, and so what does having this gift mean to you, man? As far as being a songwriter, being a singer, being a person that people love to see on stage, and just building your target market audience. What does that mean to you from a personal standpoint and from a business standpoint?
Man, it means everything to me from a personal standpoint. I mean, it brings me happiness. You know what I mean? You shouldn't be in the music business if you don't first love music and love creating music and just love being around it. And so I check those boxes. I love music and all that stuff. So it's just I get joy out of doing it. So it's a beautiful thing. It's a
Okay.
beautiful thing to even get paid for it, and I still get joy out of just doing it.
Right.
I'm
So,
blessed.
tell me, tell me about growing up in the bottom of the map. I'm familiar with it, and I used to live in Fort Lauderdale, so I used to be in Miami a lot. So, I'm familiar with the bottom of the map, and I'm familiar with the different communities as far as the Puerto Ricans and the Haitians and the Jamaicans and stuff. I had a good friend out there from Poke and Bean Project, so kind of showed me around. He kind of showed me the places where I can kind of network and the places I should network. You know what I mean? So,
Yeah.
so man, what was that like for you growing up? Because Miami's changed so much since you grew up, and it's a lot of great talent out there from all different levels. And I tell artists all the time, man, if you're in Miami and you're trying to do a remix, you need to find you a EDM DJ or a techno or house DJ, because it's plenty of them around there. So,
Yeah.
man, what was that like growing up for you out there?
growing up in Miami, man, in the music scene, I mean, it was if it wasn't nothing else, it was always fun. It was always fun. But I mean, it's hard to really make noise coming from down there, and I used to try to figure it out, but I don't know. I never could figure it out. It's just really hard to get your music out from down in Miami, and I never could really figure that out. But I know a lot of good artists and a lot of talented people that's still there that's making music, and they got great songs. But they still around. But it's kind of changing now though with everything with social media and everything. So, but it's very competitive. I'll say that down in Miami.
Right, right, right. So
The,
we
mu-
have
the
tapped
music
in.
scene, the music scene down there, I will say this, is kind of younger. It's kind of younger, so it's like depends on what kind of music you're doing, where it can be a good spot for you. You know what I mean? Because Miami is more like a. I may be wrong, but when I was there, it seemed like it was more like a younger music crowd, and they didn't want to. Most people they wanted to hear music like along the lines of a Rick Ross trick or hip hop or something like that. You know what I mean?
Yeah, you're right, right, right. So we have tapping in with us, Breaking the Silence podcast with Nick and Nicole. Thank you, Nick, for tapping in. And we have, your label tapping in, One Degree Entertainment. Shout out to y'all, man. Shout out to y'all, man.
Already. One
Yes,
degree.
yes, sir. And I would like to say that it's been interesting building a relationship with you guys and Kevin, my man, 50 grand, and shout out to Los as well, man. And just all around good brothers all around the board. So and I don't expect nothing less when they send me talent, good people all around the board. So
So,
shout out to y'all. So what I can say about Miami when I first understood about Miami when I was a kid, when the Miami boys used to come to South Carolina to the car shows, they had the the bass sound, the bass DJs, then you had Uncle Luke and the Poison Clan and I tell people I've been listening to JT Money for about 30 years. You know what I mean? And so it's kind of changed with Ross and Trick and Trina and people like that. Poe Boy Entertainment and all of them. So um, you know so.
yeah.
Oh, they would always come to South Carolina, so what I
Okay.
mean. And you know that South Carolina, Georgia, North Carolina, and it's definitely got a connection. You know what I mean? It's
Oh yeah.
got the yeah, it's got the connection. So singing and people understand that you had this gift, man. You know, with with having this gift, what was the perspective of you as a singer and understanding that people like the sound that you've given off. So what was that perspective for you early on?
Early on, I don't know. It was kind of hard for me to grasp because I don't know. I'm one of them people like I'm probably kind of like my worst critic. So they like, oh, that was good, and immediately in my mind, I'm already thinking I sound like crap. But but
Right.
I'm one of those type of people, man. So no matter how good stuff go, I can find something wrong with what I did, and something to correct, something to improve on. So
Okay. So we'll take a quick commercial break, and we'll be right back with none other than Mr. Keep It 100.
for sure.
All right, we're back, folks. So we're back with Mr. Keep It 100. None other than Carlin Taylor, man. So we're talking about his journey in the music business and how music have has shaped him and how he's just a part of his life and a part of his journey. And so with that being a part of your journey, man, when did you first write your first song?
Oh, I wrote my first song. Damn, I wrote my first song. Oh man, I'm sorry. I wrote my first song in I had to say it was the year 1994, probably. I wrote a song.
Hmm.
I was my first time writing a song. I was in prison, actually.
Okay,
My
okay,
first,
okay.
my first
And so
singing
how was that
song.
feeling? Okay, so how was that first song, that penmanship when you be like, oh, I'm nice with this. I really can do this.
Well, uh, what song was you saying? You asking me what song was it, or
No, I'm asking you when you realized that you could write and
okay?
you can be a songwriter. What was that feeling like for you? Um,
Oh
um, from from a business standpoint, from an emotional standpoint, and 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 just from a standpoint like I can do this for me, but I can do it for others as well.
yeah, that feeling like when I got home and I listened to that thing and I never forget. I got home and I listened to it. I listened all night. I don't think I slept. I started writing and writing and writing more and more, and it just inspired me to do more and reach for more. So it's led to where we are right now.
Okay, okay. So was it a ballad? Like was it a ballad? Or was it a mid tempo? Like what type of flavor was it?
It was a mid tempo song, ghetto love, and it was a good song. It was a very good song. It's one of my favorites to this day. And
Okay,
yeah,
okay. So growing up in Miami, and you're now in the ATL, right?
yeah.
Okay. So what was that transition like from growing up in Miami and moving to the ATL? How different was
Well,
that for you?
it was great. I mean, all my time in Miami kind of prepared me for anywhere at this point. So, moving to ATL at the time when I did, I mean, it was just a blessing for me, man. It was a breath of fresh air. I had just lost my daughter in Miami in 2008, so I came to the point where I needed to get out of Miami, and Atlanta has been everything. Like since I moved here, it's been the best move I ever made. So it's been incredible. Atlanta welcomed me with open arms. I mean, almost everybody. I mean, I don't have any bad story to tell about nothing when I moved here about anybody. I got in a couple fights or whatever, but sometimes that stuff is necessary. but
Right,
uh,
right, right.
but yeah,
So
Atlanta's been great.
okay, so musically for you, man, what was the difference between Miami and Atlanta musically?
And Miami is more. It seems like it's more competition. In Atlanta, it just seems like a more of a brotherhood. Like people actually try to help you to get to where you're going, try to achieve your goals here. And I mean that may be the same in Miami, but I didn't experience a lot of that in Miami. So I mean, it's just what it is.
Okay, okay, I can dig it. I can dig it. So, um, we all love that live band sound, right?
Oh yeah.
And when you're grown, when you put on the hard bottoms, the slacks, the nice polos, uh, uh, the fedora hats, you know what I'm saying? You as an artist on stage, when you have that live sound with you, man, that's a whole different feeling, correct?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Ain't nothing like that feeling when that music
And
hits you, man. That music right, and it's just like it envelops you. I love it. That's a great feeling. It's a great feeling. Shout out to my guys, man. Soul Cartel.
Soul Cartel. So tell me, how was that formed? That's interesting that that you're a singer and songwriter, but you also have a band that complements you. You know what I mean? So tell me, how did that all come together?
Well, um, I was looking for a way to promote my music uh, on an everyday basis, like in Atlanta, and then I went to a few clubs and I saw that they do. they have a lot of cover bands and bands that play, and I was just like blown away, like they actually got paid for that because I didn't see that too much in Miami. So,
Mm.
uh, yeah, we started the band. Um, yeah, we just started the band. I wanted to get a band to help promote some music and just to keep myself in the loop and just to keep growing, you know. So I thought it would be a good thing to do just to get some money, and it's been working out.
That's great. That's great, man. That's great, man. Shout out to the band. So, for you and the band, are you guys going to do a studio project together?
Are we?
Yes. Are you going to go do one together, or have you already done one together already?
Yes, yes. We've already done one. Keep It 100 was done with me and my man Master Lee. He plays the bass in the band. My man Josh Walden plays the keys. He did the music for Thursday. He wrote that as well. Um, Most of the music that I have is from us coming together and just making music.
That's that family unity. That's
Oh yeah.
great. That family unity through the art form of music. I love it.
Oh,
I love it, man. And so, man. With that being said, man, how did you meet Kevin? Um, from 1 degree. You know what I'm saying? Because when I was talking to him, and I said, so man, you can send me a couple of your people, man. I love to have them on the show. And I said, man, you got any Southern Soul artists? He said, I do got one in particular. And so, so how did that relationship transpire between you and him?
I met Kevin, man. I went out to what's the name of that park? What's the name of that park in Atlanta, man? The big park. I can't think of it right now. The big ass park where everybody be at, man. They got the dogs everywhere.
You
It's not
you
Centennial, huh?
you ain't talking about Piedmont Park. You ain't talking about
Yeah,
Piedmont Park.
Piedmont Park. Piedmont Park. I
Okay,
went out there to do a show,
okay.
man. I was all frustrated. I got out there. It was in the middle of the summertime. It was a nice show though, man. But just trying to find your way into Piedmont Park, man, is just like a damn hassle. So by the time I got in there, it was cool. You know, I met him. I went and did a little show real quick, and we chopped it up. And yeah, the rest is what it is now.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes. So what was it like for you the first time you hit stage doing your very first show?
My very first like artist show I did in 2009 in um Connecticut. I'm just Bridgeport, Connecticut. And
Okay.
if you ever hear, I opened up for Lil Wayne, and that was like my first time on the big stage like that. But if you ever hear like 8,000 people booing at the same time, it'll change your life. It'll change your life. So that was my first experience on the stage like that, a big stage like that. And I learned the importance of you might have songs that sound good to you and sound good to other people, but you got to know how to read your crowd and what crowds you're in front of. And I learned a very valuable lesson that day about song selection. So
So
yeah.
song selection and stage presence go hand in hand. And so for the up and coming younger artists, what would you tell them about song selection and stage presence?
Um, Song selection, I mean, it would have to go like you have to maybe know something about the crowd you're going to. You got to do some research on like if you're going to a certain venue, like what's usually the age demographics for that venue, what kind of music the DJs always play. Um, yeah, you want to be prepared as much as possible. You know what I mean? And you know your song selection can make you or break you. You can be the world's greatest balladeer, but if you opening for Lil Wayne, his fans don't want to hear that. That's what my man Greg told me after the show. He said, "Yo, this Wayne fans, they don't. These most of these women don't want you to caress them. They want you to kick them in the ass and snatch them by the hair." So I learned a valuable lesson with that. And sometimes you got to do that.
No doubt, no doubt, no doubt.
Yeah.
I can dig it.
Yes,
So
sir.
we're gonna take another quick commercial break, and we'll be right back with
Hot boy G.
none
Let's
other
go.
than the superstar himself, Carlin Taylor. We'll be right back. We're back. Okay, so man, that song selection and stage presence is very important, and it takes some artists a while to learn that. But when you learn it, it just opens up you to a whole different lane and a different level. So that's very important. And so as you, man, what do you want to see for yourself in the future? And with you building your own target market audience, man, um, do you have a maybe like a 5-year plan with this music for like in the next 5 years? Have you thought about where you want to be in your music career?
You know what? I haven't put any any limit on what I'm trying to do or who I'm trying to be or what I'm trying to how far I'm trying to take this thing. I'm just going to take it as far as I can go and as long as I can go. So um
There's no
yeah,
limit to what you're going to do. I can understand. I can
yeah.
understand. There's no limit at all. I can dig that. And so, with that being said, man, now I tell people there's all type of different production. You know what I mean? And so, what are some of the greats that you listen to shape you? And did you like with listen to them as far as their vocal ability, but did you ever just key in on the type of production that they had?
Um I guess I mean I've always loved old school music ever since I was a little kid. I just used to
Hmm.
tear my daddy records up, man. All that Teddy Pendergrass and Marvin Gaye. I love some Dundee Hathaway. Um,
Ooh, man,
yeah,
boy,
man.
listen,
I like
man,
I like I like that old school, man. I'll sit there in my garage, man, and I'll listen to that sucker all day and night, man. So I
man,
have to
listen.
stop.
You said a name that I tell people all the time. To me, Donny Hathaway has one of the most purest voices I've ever heard in my life.
Yeah, and not only that, he was like one of the greatest musicians ever, man. The man was incredible.
Right.
I think it's just people say they think it's incredible that I sing and dance, but I think it's incredible that when people can play and sing at the same time. I mean, I think that's incredible, man. It's outstanding to me. So
Yeah,
yeah, like
cause we
and
talk
impact.
cause we talking about in the '70s when he got a full ride to Howard University, and to be from Chicago and come across, the come across the world and at Howard University and be such uh, just like a breath of fresh air. Because in back in the day, you had the sound of Chicago, the sound of Philadelphia. You had the sound of Cleveland, and you had the sound of Detroit, which is Motown. And
Hmm.
so I think that's a lot of times that's what we're missing right now is 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 that epic sound that the singers brought to us, man. But I think that we're definitely on our way because I tell people we was in the house with COVID for almost 3 years, and when Southern Soul hit, it gave us the sense of urgency to feel good about ourselves again, man. And so my question to you, man, why do you think Southern Soul has created this new wave of feel good music? And it doesn't look like it's going anywhere no time soon.
No, because I mean, Southern soul is like to me. It's like it's always been around. It's soul music, you know. So, but you can't like argue with good music. If it feel good to you, it's good music, you
Right,
know. So no matter what it is, as long as you know people stay true to it and do their thing, you know, it's good music.
right. And you know what piqued my interest about Southern Soul, which I call it soul blues, because it still sounds like the music that I grew up on when my dad had the 45 records and the 8 track and the deuce and the quarter. You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
what I think about Southern Soul music, and when this is when I know it caught fire. I know it caught fire when my cousins from Maryland and DC and Philadelphia and New York was like, man, what's Southern Soul artists I need to listen to, man, so I can get with some of my friends and tell them to book some of these artists to come up north. And so when you have people in DC and New York and Philly, Connecticut and Boston want to book Southern Soul artists to come up north, then it's a hit. It's a hit, bro. You know what I
Yeah.
mean?
Yeah.
So you know, and you are nominated for award, correct?
Yes, plenty of them, and I'm blessed.
Okay, so let's talk about some of the awards that you've been nominated for, man. And what type of feeling is that for you?
Oh man, that's a great feeling. Just to be recognized and to be thought of as some of the best in whatever you do. I mean, that's a great feeling, and that's an honor. Some people go their whole life, and people not even know who they are or what they do, and people try real hard and work real hard and never get nominated for anything. So I'm blessed in that, man. I'm nominated in multiple categories for ATL's hottest. I'm nominated for ATL's hottest vocalist. I'm nominated for ATL's hottest male vocalist. I'm nominated for ATL's hottest Southern soul singer. I'm nominated for me and my wife is nominated for ATL's hottest power couple. She's got all the power.
Hold on, hold, back up,
I
back
ain't
up,
shit.
back up,
I'm just
back
here.
up, player, back up, player. He said, "Me and my wife is nominated for ATL's hottest power couple." So,
Yeah.
just explain to me how it worked, and you know how y'all was able to be so suave with it out there in hot Atlanta. You know what I mean? Listen, bro. When you say nominated for ATL hottest power couple, like that ain't no small thing, man.
Hey, hey, man. If they gonna throw it out there, I'm gonna receive it. But hey, listen. I mean, I'm just trying to get by, man. We just trying to make something happen. But my wife is like an amazing person, amazing woman. She's got like I think she's got like 20 arms. She just like she just got like 4 brains. She can do a lot of different things at one time. I don't have that gift. I don't have that gift. I can't text and drive. You text me and I'm driving, you ain't gonna hear from me till I stop. But my wife ain't like that. She can do a lot of things at one time, and she's very gifted in that aspect. And I thank God for her. But yeah, we've been nominated for ATL's Power Cup. I told her she's the power, and I'm here. I'm on her side. So that's what it is, man. That's what it is.
Okay. That's what's up, man. So, you are you tapping in with any type of film work as far as actor as well?
I haven't done any, but I'm hearing through the grapevine. I might be pegged to start doing some of that stuff in the very near future.
That's great. That's great, man. Because most of the time, a lot of singers have a lot of charm and charisma, right? And so
Yeah,
when they enter the acting world, that's what it is. You know what I mean. So I think that's a lane that you should definitely travel. So um, another thing I want to talk to you about, man, is how long did it take you to understand the how the music industry flows and the music business, how that works as well?
Man, to be totally honest with you, I'm still learning all about that, and it's been a lifelong thing. Some of it has been me just being so getting so lost in the music that I never wanted to pay attention to the business, because the business it'll kind of turn you off from like making music, man. So I learned that when we first started the band, like for an example, when we first started the band, just performing and doing the shows and everything is great, but then when you gotta explain yourself to club owners and people that want to book you, and when trying to decrease your value, and you gotta tell them stuff to bring your value up, and it's just like, I don't understand why I gotta go through all that, bro. Like, there's a lot of stuff that it'll kind of piss you off, the business part of the music thing, but it's necessary. And recently, I've recently, like, when I say recently, I mean like the last two years, like really trying to step up my business part of the music thing.
Well, I tell artists, man, as far as you as an artist, you know, you should you should you should always have your artist name in an LLC or
Oh
in
yeah,
a corporation, because there's a lot of benefits that you would get. And then I tell artists all the time, man, once you understand that the music industry is 90% of corporate structure and only 10% music.
mm.
That's why you hear these guys out here, well, you be like, man, what is these young kids listening to? But a lot of these youngins got their business in order, man.
Oh
You
yeah.
know, they got their business in order. So, man, learning the music industry and how it flows and how it navigates, and learning the music business and the ways that you can get paid for the rest of your life is very, 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 very important, man. So, um, I'm so glad that you definitely taking on that task. It's a task. It's a journey. It's like getting a whole doctoring degree for sure,
Yeah,
for
it
sure, man.
is. It is. It is.
Yeah. It's serious.
Yeah.
So we're gonna take another quick commercial break, man, and we'll be back with none other than superstar himself, Carlin Taylor. All right, we back again with the superstar himself, Carlin Taylor, man. So as far as you, man, I was listening to Keep It 100. It got such a good vibe to it, man. It's such a feel good song. So, man, tell us, how was that track formed, man? And when you was writing that track, man, uh, what was your mindset?
Man, when we was writing that song, we were actually still. It was during the pandemic, and it was just getting ready to come out, and we hadn't been gigging a while with the band because everything was shut down. So we kind of came up with the idea. I wanted to do some Southern soul. So my man Master Lee, he made that track. I just wrote that song, and it was just that simple.
Right, right. Okay, cool, cool. And so you'll be performing at the One Degree launch party on October 27th at
Absolutely.
Backstage in Atlanta, man. I'm pretty sure that that's gotta be pretty exciting, till you gearing up and doing the rehearsals and practicing to really get on that main stage, man. What can people expect? Is it gonna be some surprises? Is it gonna be some new records that you introduce?
Um, I don't know. They just gonna have to pull up and see. I can't give it away. They just gonna have to pull up and see. But I enjoy performing at backstage. That's one of the first places I came to perform at when I came to Atlanta. So it's always been all love, and I love that stage. So it should be fun. I should tell you that it's gonna be fun.
Okay, okay. And so, what are some of your favorite producers that you want to work with in the music industry that you haven't worked with yet?
Oh, Kang 803. Shout out to D4. D4, man, I would love to work with him, man. And somebody I don't hear everybody talking about a lot out there. I think he's out in Texas. City Boy P, man. I like him. He got some good music, man. So yeah, yeah, man. So my man, shout out to my man Gorilla Tech. I love working with Tech. He don't do a lot of Southern Soul, but he does R&B, and I still do some R&B as well. So, yeah.
Okay. So speaking of R&B, man, who's some people that you wanna maybe do a feature with? In your career as far as R&B singers.
You know, I would love to do it just because I'm a fan. I would love to do a song with Anderson Pack. Um,
Yeah, he dope. He real dope.
yeah, that's my guy. He been dope since way back. I've been rocking with him. So yeah, him. Uh, to be honest with you, I haven't put much thought into who I would want to do a collab with or
Hmm.
whatever, just like that. I like to make good music, and if me and somebody vibe up and we meet and we could connect, because I like to make this music on like a personal level, like on a I be into this music. Like I don't make a song that I can't hear myself having to sing every day for the next 5 years. That's why I tell artists like don't do it. I hear a lot of artists throw songs out and a lot of stuff, but I don't like to do songs that I wouldn't mind singing every day for like the next 5 years.
And
You
see,
know what I mean?
I can respect that about you for one reason, because I feel like a lot of artists put too much music out prematurely. They don't even give the song enough time to circulate. Man, it take 9 months to break one single,
Yeah,
we talking about FM radio, Sirius satellite radio, college radio, internet radio. It you got to break that thing on all platforms. So man, you really gotta get the song time to circulate on the radio, and we're not even talking about once you shoot the video for it, you got to make sure it get on these video channels. You know what I'm saying?
yeah,
Yeah, man. I can really understand where you talking about working that record for 5 years. You know what I'm saying? And you
yeah,
can sing it every day for 5 years. That's dope, man. That's the old
yeah,
school in you, bro. That's
yeah,
definitely
yeah.
and for real. As far as 1 Degree Entertainment, it is some dope talent on that label, man. Dope
Oh,
talent.
absolutely,
Man,
absolutely,
yeah, man, with some real dope talent, man, and so man,
absolutely.
I'm I'm waiting on to have some features with your label mates. You know what I mean?
Oh,
Which I think will be really, 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 really dope, man. So um, and
absolutely, absolutely. Shout out to my man Whole Live, man. For
no
real.
doubt, no doubt. So do you play any instruments?
Man, I play a little bit of keyboard, but I can't play any songs. I can play you some chords. Um,
Hmm.
and I'm a mean percussionist. I play you a hell of a cowbell.
Okay. So is that something that you want to learn fluently? The piano, the keyboard.
uh, yeah, yeah, yeah. I wish I had taken time earlier in my life and learned about that, but my mom taught piano lessons, man, and God bless her soul. I never did nothing but break the piano strings and break the keys. I never thought, even though I liked music and I did what I used to do, what I do as a kid, but I never thought I'd be doing what I'm doing now as an adult. I didn't.
Well, you doing it, brother, and you doing it well. So,
Appreciate it.
so, we don't really. I tell people all the time, man. No matter your past, no matter what you go through, there's lessons in your blessings for sure. So
Yeah,
you don't really never know the lane that God is gonna put you in, man. All you know, man, is you gotta have some positive energy, a never give up spirit, man, and just understand that you were made to be great. You know what I'm saying?
that
So
is true.
so yeah, so you got to keep that positive spirit, man. And so we're gonna take one last quick commercial break, and superstar Carlin Taylor will be giving out his shout outs, making some announcements, and telling y'all where y'all can go grab his music at. Stay tuned for more important message. The Chatterbox with King Jacob. We'll be right back. All right, we're back with none other than superstar himself, Carlin Taylor. Miami by the way of Atlanta. So
Yes,
man,
sir.
is there any announcements that you want to make, man, about what you got coming up?
Oh, well, um, look out for the next single. Should be on the way in December by my birthday. Um, look out for the EP. Should be coming early next year, maybe January. Um, yeah, that's about it. And I'm coming to. I'm going. I'm getting on the road. I'm getting on the road. I'm getting on the road. So I may be coming to your city. So look out for me.
All right, man. You heard it first. The Chatterbox, King Jacob, and man, we are so thrilled that you grace us with your presence on the Chatterbox with King Jacob, man. Peace and blessings to you, and man, you just you just keep doing what you're doing, man. And I'm looking forward to seeing you get that Grammy. I'm looking forward to see you getting the MTV Music Awards, NCAAP Image Award, all the above, man. Keep on shooting for the stars, man. So we're definitely rooting for you, man. And anything that you and Kev need from me, man, I'm game, man. Cause I like to see my brothers and my sisters win, man. I like to see everybody winning, and because we already got enough things going on in the world, then what we see, we don't never see nothing good on the news. So therefore, we got to push each other to win, man. So peace and blessings, man. Thank you for coming. Shout out to One Degree Entertainment. We out of here.
Thank you for having me on the show, man. I so appreciate it.
Yes, sir. Peace. And that was none other than Carlin Taylor, singer, songwriter, performer. Um, he's making his way into the music industry and doing a lot of amazing things. And so the Chatterbox with King Jacob is brought to you and powered by the Village Global Network. It's produced by me, and executive producers are Senior G and Kimmy K. And we are in association with Zeno FM, and so you can also catch the audio in 191 different countries and 10 radio stations. You can catch us in Guam and Italy and Rome and Africa and the Czech Republic and Germany, all the above. So stay tuned. We'll be back bringing you some more exclusive interviews, some important backstories, and some remarkable journeys from people all across the globe. Peace and blessings. If you don't do nothing else, stay blessed by the best. We out of here.